Good morning, all of you. This is our first class on water supply and wastewater engineering. This subject contains two parts. The first part is water supply engineering, and second part is wastewater or sanitary engineering. So, first we will cover the water supply engineering. In this class, we will discuss about what is water supply system, what is the necessity of treated water supply, what are different uses of water, and what is rate of demand. As we know, next to air, the other important requirement for human life is water. It is available in various forms such as rivers, lakes, streams, etc. and is essential for life, health and sanitation. It also plays an important role in the manufacturing of essential commodities, generation of electric power, transportation and industrial activities, etc. And the quality and reliability of water will vary both with respect to both time and space. Then what is water supply system? So water supply system is the process of supplying purified water to the consumer by appropriate treatment to the raw water. Then what is the necessity of treated water supply? With our growing population and industrial development, the demand of water is also increasing day by day, and hence it is very essential to take preventive measures in order to avoid careless pollution and contamination of the available water resources. The water, when exposed to the atmosphere, contains many impurities which are harmful to the living organism. So, if the untreated water is consumed by the living organism, it will cause serious harm to their health. Hence, water treatment is necessary in order to improve the quality of water and to make it appropriate for a specific end use. The end use may be drinking, industrial water supply, irrigation or many other uses. So water treatment removes contaminants and undesirable components from water so that it will become fit for its end use. Then what are different uses of water? As we know, water is used for different purposes such as it is used for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing, watering of lawns and gardens, washing of streets and for industrial as well as commercial purposes. Then next point is how we will calculate the quantity of water required for a particular town. So while calculating the quantity required for a particular town, we will consider two important factors. The first one is rate of demand and second one is population. Rate of demand means the rate of consumption per head. So, the requirement of water for various uses are properly analyzed and the rate of consumption per head will be worked out. And also for quantity calculation, the second term is important factor is population. So, for any water supply scheme, for design of any water supply scheme, it is very necessary to know the number of persons that are going to be served by the water supply scheme. It also includes estimation of future population, which will be worked out with the help of some suitable method. So let us discuss about rate of demand. So the demand of water for various purposes are divided into following 5 categories. First one is domestic purposes, second one is civic or public purposes, third one is industrial purposes, fourth one is business or trade purposes, and fifth one is losses and waste. Then come to domestic purposes. The quantity of water required for domestic purposes can be subdivided as follows: drinking, cooking, bathing, washing hands, face, etc., and household sanitary purposes. So for drinking, under normal condition, it is about 5 liters per head per day. This amount is small, but it is most important to supply water for drinking purposes with a high degree of purity. Because if water for drinking contains undesirable elements, it may lead to epidemic. Then next is cooking. So the quantity of water required for this purpose will depend upon the stage of advancement of the family. So for this purpose, it is considered as about 5 liters per head per day. Then bathing. The quantity of water required for bathing purpose will mainly depend upon the habits of people and type of the climate. So in general, it is assumed as about 40 to 60 liters per head per day. Then for washing hand and face, etc., for this purpose, it will again depend upon the quantity will depends upon the habits of the people and may be taken as 5 to 10 liters per head per day. Then the last one is household sanitary purposes. Under this division, the water is required for washing clothes, floors, utensils, etc., and it may be assumed to be about 50 to 60 liters per head per day. So this is the table showing details of water requirement per head per day for domestic purposes. So in total, it is assumed as about 135 liters per head per day under domestic purpose. Then next come to civic or public purposes. The quantity of water required for civic or public purposes can be subdivided as follows: road washing, sanitation purposes, ornamental purposes, and fire demand. So under road washing, the roads with heavy amount of dust are to be sprinkled with water to avoid inconvenience to the user. So on an average, the quantity of water required for this purpose may be taken as about 5 liters per head per day. Then under sanitation purposes, the water is required for cleaning public sanitary blocks and large markets, etc. The quantity of water required for this purpose may be taken as 2 to 3 liters per head per day. And under ornamental purposes, generally for beautification of the town, sometimes fountains, lakes, and other decorative features are provided, and these will also require water for their performance. Then we will discuss about fire demand. So usually fire occur in factories and stores. The quantity of water required for firefighting purposes should be easily available and always kept stored in the storage reservoir. So in order to find out the quantity of water required to meet the fire hazard, we have to follow some empirical formulas such as Bouston's formula, Freeman's formula, Quichling's formula and National Board of Fire Underwriters formula. So first, as per Bouston's formula, the quantity of water can be found out by using the formula of Q equals to 5663 root over of P, where P is the population in thousands. Similarly, as per Freeman's formula, Q, that is quantity, can be found out by using the formula Q equals to 1136.50 whole into P by 5 plus 10, where Q and P are same as above. Then as per Quichling's formula, your Q is equal to 3182 root over of P, and as per National Board of Fire Underwriters formula, Q is equal to 4637 root over of P whole into 1 minus 0.01 root over of P. So here Q and P are also same as the Bouston's formula. Then come to the next purpose, that is industrial. So the quantity of water required for industrial purposes can be subdivided as follows. That is the water required for factories, power station and railways and airports. So for a city with moderate factories, it is estimated that about 20 to 25% of per capita consumption will be required for industrial purposes. Then next purpose is business or trade. So some trades such as dairies, hotels, garages, hospitals, schools require large quantity of water. So it is generally assumed as 15 to 25 liters of water per head per day may be taken as water requirement for this purpose. Then come to losses and waste. The quantity of water required under this category is termed as the unaccounted requirement. It includes careless use of water, leakage in mains, valves, other fittings, unauthorized water connections due to overflow of service reservoirs and various other miscellaneous reasons. It may be the quantity of water lost due to all these reasons is uncertain and cannot be effectively predicted. So this is all about your rate of demand. In the next class, we will study the various factors that affect the rate of demand. Thank you.